There goes the saying, history is made by those who break the rules, and at least when it comes to the Sigma males of history, this can definitely be considered true. The rarity of Sigma males is one of their most well-known attributes, yet if we look to the past, we can see many examples of influential figures who definitely align with the qualities that make up a Sigma male. These men changed the course of history with their fiercely independent attitudes and set new standards for the world by living according to their own set of rules. By looking into the past and learning about the exploits of history's Sigma males, we can shed light on the impact Sigma males today can have on the future. Here are some of history's most influential Sigma males. Number 8. Edward Snowden. For some, Edward Snowden is a controversial figure. While some disagreed with his whistleblowing on the secret actions of the US government against its citizens, many have hailed him as a paragon of free thinking and a martyr for the truth. Snowden, who was born in North Carolina in 1983, lived a largely normal life as a computer intelligence advisor up until he was subcontracted by the CIA. When Snowden realized that the US government was secretly spying on its citizens, he revealed this classified information to the world, forcing him into exile from the United States. This all happened in 2013, and in the years since, Snowden's name has become synonymous with the topic of truth and freedom. Even when it went against the command of authority, Snowden acted like a true Sigma male by sacrificing his own well-being in the belief that spreading the truth was more important than his own skin. Even those who have criticized his actions have expressed respect for his self-sacrifice and dedication to what he believes in. Number 7. Lord Byron. Like many Sigma males, Lord Byron earned himself a reputation as something of a maverick during his lifetime. He was a leading figure of the Romantic literary movement, which broke away from the mainstream and focused on individual experience, an embrace of isolation and adventure. Byron lived a life totally unchained, making his way across Europe in a string of exploits, making famous friendships and writing along the way. Lord Byron was a figure of controversy for his unconventional ways, but the judgments of others never stopped him from pursuing his passions. A true Sigma male, he was fiercely passionate about what he stood for, and in the end, he died for this very reason. Despite being an English lord, aged 36, Byron traveled to Greece to fight against the Ottomans for Greek independence. To this day, Byron's dedication to the idea of freedom sees him revered as a folk hero to many, especially in Greece. Number 6. Epictetus. Epictetus was a philosopher and writer who was prominent in the ancient world, and is best remembered as one of the key figures of Stoic philosophy. He is presumed to have been born around 50 CE in a region that is now part of present-day Turkey. Despite being born into slavery, Epictetus was single-minded in his desire to learn, and convinced his wealthy Roman slave master to allow him to study Stoic philosophy. Using his Sigma curiosity and love of learning, Epictetus leveraged his education and managed to raise his social status over time. Eventually, he earned himself his freedom and moved to Greece, where he founded a school of philosophy. Epictetus was renowned for his simple way of living, being content with very few material possessions, and instead being driven by a dedication to learning and developing himself as a person. Number 5. Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci is one of the most well-known figures throughout all of history, and with good reason. Da Vinci was a man whose talents knew no bounds, and who excelled at pretty much everything he put his mind to. From art to mathematics and invention, Da Vinci was a master of all trades. His ability to excel and further the progress of so many different fields can be put down to the nurture he showed for his natural talent. Da Vinci didn't conform to what others expected of him, and followed the methods that he saw fit, regardless of whether or not they broke with convention. His studio assistants reported that he would regularly pause his work just to stand motionless and reflect on some unknown thought. This thinking outside the box attitude and penchant for deep reflection are two classic Sigma male behaviors that lie behind Da Vinci's innovation. Number 4. Galileo Galilei. Galileo Galilei was an Italian mathematician and astronomer who revolutionized the overall approach to mathematical and scientific inquiry and famously went head-to-head with the Catholic Church for challenging their view of the world. Galileo's contributions to science are countless, as he studied speed and velocity, gravity and freefall, the principle of relativity, inertia, projectile motion, and also worked in applied science and technology. But perhaps his most famous work are his contributions to the notion of Copernican heliocentrism, the idea that the Earth orbits around the Sun and not the other way around. This went directly against the teachings of the Catholic Church at the time, for which Galileo risked his life and was branded a heretic. As a Sigma male, Galileo Galilei had little interest in conforming to the wishes of mainstream society, and instead was fully dedicated to pursuing his curiosity. Whether or not the Catholic Church felt threatened by his revelations did little to stop this Sigma male from putting his intellect to good use and seeking out more answers. Galileo Galilei is a prime example of how one man choosing to break from the pack and walk his own path can change the course of history forever. Since his discoveries, his understanding of the universe has served as the basis for astronomy since, and his methods are used across the entire scientific field as what is known as the scientific method. Number 3. Hannibal Barca. Hannibal Barca is one of the best-known military leaders in all of history, and while military command may seem like an odd choice for the normal reclusive Sigma male personality type, it is Hannibal's method against mindset that distinguished him as one of history's Sigma males. Hannibal was born in Carthage, a city in modern-day Tunisia that was populated by the Punic, or Western Phoenician people. His life spanned across the 3rd and 2nd century BCE, before he died around 181 BCE in modern-day Turkey, having lived one of the most mythicized lives in history. Born into a military family at a time of great tension between Carthage and the ancient Roman Republic, Hannibal rose to prominence for his incredible tactical methods and ability to think outside of the box. Among his numerous famous victories are some of history's most unique battle tactics. Perhaps most famously, Hannibal launched an attack on Rome by crossing the Alps with a legion of African war elephants. Hannibal's Sigma mindset is best displayed in this endeavor. Although he knew Rome had the naval advantage that would have seen him lose using traditional battle tactics, Hannibal thought outside of the box to come up with a new approach and won fame in the eyes of history for his creativity. Number 2. Nikola Tesla. Pioneer of electrical engineering and namesake of Elon Musk's electric vehicle-producing empire, Nikola Tesla was a man who held his own. Born in modern-day Croatia to ethnic Serb parents, he was raised in what was then the Austrian Empire, and his high intellect was apparent from a young age. Like most Sigma males, Tesla found himself attracted to reading and learning, and would devour large amounts of information primarily related to maths and physics. Tesla soon began working in telegraph and telephone technology, before his talents had him moving to the USA to work in Thomas Edison's company, Edison Machine Works. Tesla was known for his Sigma male tendency to always push to know more. He loved experimenting with technology and was constantly trying to improve and innovate. Like many Sigma males, he found his dedication to his interests and livelihood to be the main focus of his life, and never cultivated any intimate relationships or partnerships. Instead, he considered his work to be his partner in life. Thanks to this dedication, we have Tesla to thank for many of the electrical devices we use today, as his innovations in induction and alternating currents paved the way for the future of invention. It's no wonder fellow Sigma male Elon Musk had such admiration for him. If you're enjoying this list so far, please consider giving the video a like, as it goes a long way to helping the channel to grow and keeps us bringing you guys more of the Bloke Box content you enjoy. Now for number 1 on our list. Number 1. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius Antonius was a Roman emperor who ruled over an era of relative peace and was regarded as one of the finest leaders that Rome had ever had. Aside from his rule as Emperor of Rome, he is perhaps the most influential of all the Stoic philosophers. From an early age, Marcus Aurelius showed great passion for learning and quickly devoted himself to philosophy. He was fascinated by ideas determining his own fate, foregrounding reason and logic, and demonstrating self-restraint, qualities epitomized by the Sigma male. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius still form the foundation of many Sigma males' outlooks on life even today. In his writings, he preached mindfulness, restraint, and constant progress as the path towards self-actualization. His philosophy urges men to create a balance between reflection and action in order to ensure their constant growth and progress in life. As a distinguished leader who maintained peace during a tenuous era of disease and war, Marcus Aurelius was a prime example of a Sigma male both during his lifetime and forever has been so since. The Sigma males on this list each changed history in their own way and are a great example of how free thinking and the dedicated pursuit of one's interests can be enough to change the way people think forever. Thanks for watching to the end of this Bloke Box video. You can check out the rest of the channel for more insights into the world of Sigma males.